love our intro song. I hope you do too. But if you don't, I'm sorry, we're not changing it. And hello and welcome to Four Letter Nerd, a Hyro Geek Geeks Unlimited production. I'm sure I said that wrong. Reggie, sorry. Speaking of Reggie, let's rope him right in. We're talking Halloween and things, and we can't do that without our sidekick. Look, you're giving me. This is why I don't host.
But you did good. You did good.
Thank
You
you.
did it. You gave that inflection, and I love it because
Thank you.
other people don't give the well. They try to give the inflection,
Uh-huh.
but they like give up halfway through, and then they're like,
I see Mayhem has already entered the chat, so let's bring him on screen.
First of all,
Welcome.
you go at me, say my name with courage. That's number one.
Say it with your whole
Put your
chest.
whole chest, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry. So, as I was saying, when Mayhem does it, he gives up halfway through. He's and then he just stops.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. And you sit on the throne of lies. The lies. And also, that's why you're a psychic, as per catastrophe. So, boom.
You just jealous. It's okay.
I'm not.
Hello from the Warwick Zoo, Jabo. Thank you for joining us. He's actually doing an event, a promotional event for Altered Reality for Rhode Island Comic Con, which is next week.
J-Bo?
If you're in the Providence, Rhode Island area, please check out the show. It's a good time.
Also, check out the Nerd from the Round. They gave us a big shout out. Our
Yes,
partners in crime.
absolutely. Sebastian and company.
Yes.
Good people.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. Go check them out.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. We promise. Today we're talking Halloween stuff and horror films, and the two don't always equate. Just because it's Halloween doesn't mean it's horror, and just because it's horror doesn't mean it's Halloween. But the twain meets. I don't think I said
Twain.
that.
You know what? It's a thing. It's a thing. Look it up.
We're game. It's a thing now. We made it up.
Yes.
That's the next. That's the next T-shirt. The twain meet.
Are you twanging? Are you twanging?
Yo, you twain? Yo, you twain? I'm twain.
This is an alcohol and drug-free show, kids.
Some of us.
Better not bring your kids.
So we actually have 3 different categories that we're going to be discussing today, if we have the time. The first is we're picking our 3 favorite Halloween films. The next is an underappreciated Halloween or horror film. Hey, Steph. And then finally, if we have time, our favorite villains, horror villains of all time.
Yes.
Who would like to go first?
Rock, paper, scissors, says shoot. God damn it.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, says shoot. God damn it.
One more.
Hey, rock, paper, scissors, says gun.
Whoa, my bad. Yo, you win. My bad. My bad.
That's it.
You good.
I've never seen Friends. I've never seen an entire episode of Friends. But I did see a clip today where they were doing rock, paper, scissors, and fire. And Joey Tribbiani did this, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And he's like, fire. And that wins everything. And I'm like, that doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. But I guess in this world, gun beats rock. So Mayhem, I guess you're up first.
Sometimes it
I
does.
thought I was. All right, you know what?
It depends on the trajectory of the rock and the gun.
And how big the rock is. All right. So, real quick, if I describe myself, I don't know if I would be the main act, single act, or the side act. Well, welcome.
Not all of
take
them?
all those acts.
All the acts.
No, not all of them.
Like that Martin Lawrence episode, produced by
I'm
Martin
the
Payne.
intermission.
Written by Martin Payne, co-founded, directed by Martin Payne. All right, so let's go over some of my favorite movies of horror. Like Catastrophe said earlier, just because it's a Halloween movie doesn't mean it's a horror movie. Although generally they tend to twing it, in between.
The twain meets.
The twain meets. We're twaining over here. Actually, we need to play this one: Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spock. I mean,
I didn't watch the show.
Oh,
I know what it's from.
Spock, not Glock. Mayhem. That's where you got confused.
something.
Close enough.
There we go.
All right.
So I apologize. I'm back down to one screen, and it's hard to do this on one screen.
Okay, no worries. So Trick or Treat came out in 2007, and it's arguably one of my favorite films. It's a compilation. It's a compilation of different films, short films. And if you remember growing up, if you read books, just throwing that out there. If you read books, generally horror books were always in different story. They were one book, but like different stories in them, and it kind of did
Right.
that. The Halloween burlap sack kid is constant there. It's like the entity showing you like, oh, I'm the one causing problems, and I'm here. One of the last stories dealt with kids. Now, there's a big rule in Hollywood: you don't kill kids, particularly babies, especially, and or kids altogether, and you don't kill dogs, right? They didn't kill a dog in this one, if I remember correctly, but they alluded to kids being killed. You don't see it on screen. And I like that to an extent, only because, kids have a chance to act. And, it's not like, I'm sorry. I know it's kind of weird, but it's just like kids are always safe.
Hey, listen, it was the way you said it, like, F them kids. It was just funny to me. It was just funny to me.
100%. What was it? I think it was Halloween Kills. Michael Myers goes into the bedroom of his old house and there's a baby. And I was like, no, don't kill the kid, but I want to see him do it and see what happens. And then nothing happened. I was like, come on, Mike. Like,
a baby is innocent to Mike, okay? Look.
Which
Or
is
like,
crazy.
Baby is not a teenager.
Is it the second Alien versus Predator film? One of those films where it landed on Earth and it was in a maternity ward. And then, with a bunch of pregnant women. And then in the next scene, you have all of them bursting out of the pregnant women, and it's like triplets.
Yes, Taylor. Yeah. See, like Alien versus Predator, whichever one, was such a bad movie. They needed to keep your attention. They had to do everything. Look, kids, I'm juggling. Why is he juggling? Ha! I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm back there. I'm juggling.
Looking at me. Looking at you. I'm dead. I'm alive.
So it was such a bad. Read the books if you ever want to see an actual good Alien versus Predator story. All 3 books were amazing by Stephanie and Steve Perry, if I'm not mistaken. I showed it last week. But yeah, no, I like the fact that in this Trick or Treat 2000 film, they killed the kids. And they kind of got away with it because it was like evil entities that were kid-ish that killed the kids. And I was like, fuck them kids. Let them die. You know what I'm saying?
He said it. He said it.
Well,
can't hide behind that now.
Taylor definitely inspired me. Okay. I'm going with John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness, which is equally underrated as a good one.
Kevin, those are great picks.
Yes. Freddy vs. Jason concept as the killer and aliens helped that really set the bar. Okay. Killer clowns. You know what's crazy? Before I move on, I'm going to say this is a hot take. I understand being afraid of clowns is a fear. I don't know if I necessarily respect it, but I understand it's a fear. I recognize it. But then if you're going to turn around and be like, I'm afraid of clowns, but I put on makeup, I don't
understand. Sir, you literally just said, I'm not racist, but. You literally just said, I'm not racist, but.
The Fenty, the circus, Maybelline circus.
He literally just did that. I'm not racist, but.
That's not.
Kept going.
It's not.
First of all,
it's not the same thing. Clowns are literally people in makeup. Just.
It is not just makeup.
It's the McDonald's coloring graph of makeup where they tell you all the 2 paint blue, all the 1 paint white.
Who is walking around with clown makeup?
Clowns.
Who's walking around outside of clowns?
Okay, what women?
You'd be surprised.
Women clowns.
No.
First of all,
if we're gonna get serious about this, there are actually people on various platforms that do amazing makeup, and they turn into like actual characters. It's not cosplay.
Yes, absolutely. They're tremendous makeup artists.
Right,
but
and it's crazy.
Me putting on lipstick and a winged eyeliner, it does not equal a friggin' clown.
Right?
It kind of does.
No, it does not.
The amount of makeup you put on your face, the contour and everything else is the same thing as the clown literally puts on white powder.
Kick him out. Bye.
Wait, we can't take him. He's talking about his pick.
I'm going to leave. But
anyone who does a full face of makeup, contouring, fake lashes, do not listen to this clown up here. Okay. So clearly you can be a clown without the makeup.
Well, I don't know if you want to listen
Word.
to me if you're afraid of clowns, since I am one. But I do want to say, this.
I'm not
I do
afraid of
wanna say-
clowns.
I like how you took me out when I said white powder. It sounded really
That
weird.
was
You know
just
what I'm saying? White powder.
That
Can-
that was just a coincidence because I
That was
don't
a
have
coincidence.
access to the
You
button.
know?
That was Reggie.
My action and opinions don't represent the show. Can we move on to the next one?
I'm just saying, sir. These are your words that you're saying. Look.
Hiya, Georgie, and watch people's reactions. Yeah, man, come on. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, technically, this isn't a scary movie. However,
It's a Halloween movie.
it's a Halloween movie, and it can
Christmas
scare
movie.
little kids and or people who are kind of like weirded out by the animation. This is a classic movie. This is a classic Halloween movie. I don't think any Halloween list should not have this. It should, you know what I'm saying? It's not scary, but you could be scared of it. It's got some dark undertones, but it's a great movie. It's a great film, and arguably it kind of set the tone going forward, at least with stop animation. You know,
I think it brought stop animation back to the forefront and also pushed it forward.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it's a must. That you're 100%, Steph. Oh, hey everyone. Hey, Steve.
Steven.
Hey, Steve.
So I think what she said. I think everybody should have this if you are able to stand it. I think it's a great film. If they ever came out with a Nightmare Before Christmas 2, take my money. But I don't think they're gonna do that at all. I think they did one and done. It was a classic. That's leave it where it lies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think this is number 2. I think this was a really good one for anybody. It's my favorite. Let's move on, shall we? Sleepy Hollow.
Ooh, I was gonna pick the animated version.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I thought about it for a quick second.
I think 3 or 4 months ago, I had forgotten about this movie, and Kat went on a whole monologue.
I love this movie.
And she was
I freaking love this movie.
And she was like, let me tell you about Sleepy Monologue. You have time to talk about the Hollow Sleepy, my brother? And I was like, okay, cool. And I watched that movie again. And this arguably is one, if not one of the most slept on Halloween movies of all time.
Great.
It is a great movie. I forgot where I watched it on. I might have been on Hood Release. I'm not gonna lie to you. Might have been on Hood Release. But it is a really great movie. There are some scary elements too. I just don't. It's kind of like Age of Ultron. It's just it wasn't, I guess, what people wanted. So people were like, you know. But it was really great acting. I thought a pretty good story, strong story, and it was just really a great fun movie. If it's not a 10. I think it's a strong 8, if not 9.
Yeah, I think just the time that it came out, maybe people were having some Tim Burton fatigue or that style.
I don't know, because when I went to the theater, it was packed. So
it didn't do as well as they had hoped.
Yes, this is true.
But I absolutely love
Laura, did you hear my clown makeup?
Not on my list though.
Not on my.
Ray Parker.
Ray Parker had all of us in a chokehold for about 5 years at that time as Darth Maul, as the Frog in the X-Men film, and this, and then as Snake Eyes in G.I. Joe.
Yes.
I think we're all... Again, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, just to answer Kev, we are definitely all excited for Beetlejuice 2 to an extent. You know, we're still waiting to see what comes up. I'm sorry, everybody.
We're trepidatious about it.
My mixtape cat is here.
Yeah.
Sing it, little mama.
Yeah.
That the first one is free. All right, baby, you gotta go. So it is a classic. Once again, I think this deserves to be on everyone's list. You know, at least top 5 is not top 10 because this was a really dope film. And like I said, Kat came on here. She invited us all to her TED Talks. I came out a believer and a donor.
You're welcome.
Most excellent. Most excellent.
This did not make my list, but it was something that I wanted to put. But I was like, no, I've already talked about this film several times. Let me act like I watched more than the.
Yeah. Don't let that ever stop you. How many times have you talked about Lord of the Rings on this show?
Not really that often.
It's not shade. I'm just saying.
Sorry.
If you love something,
I don't think I have. I honestly think the thing that I've talked about the most on this show is probably DC.
Yeah.
I would say that, but that by leaps and bounds is the thing that I've talked about the most because I'm so passionate and so upset about it that it keeps coming up. Where Lord of the Rings, I'm not really mad about it. Like I'm annoyed at The Hobbit. Like I'm super annoyed with The Hobbit, but I'm
did
glad
you not
that
like the love story they forced into the middle of your Hobbit story?
Listen, they did the same thing.
Did
in
you
Lord
not
of the
like them
Rings.
shoehorning Legolas in because he was popular? What's wrong?
Yeah, I could have done. My biggest thing is they had a war and it wasn't the wizards against the necromancer. Like that pisses me off, and that they made it into 3 films when it could have been 2. And what the hell was up with the Tremors worms? Just dropping them off like the subway and then moving on. Stay and fight. Like, what is the point of this?
You know, we should really
And
make a
not only
compilation.
that, if you can tunnel under earth, you could have tunneled under the freaking mountain. You could have tunneled, and they could have gotten all the gold and everything without even having to do any of this. But also, it dropped them off like a mile away. Who wants to take a mealworm ride? Okay.
So
And
mealworms
still
are bad
get
over.
dropped off
You still got to walk to the fight that you just
6
brought.
miles from the goddamn fight. Like, what is that?
Bad Ubers, huh? Bad Ubers. Okay.
That-
All right.
No tip.
No
1
tip.
star.
1 star. They need to start allowing us to give certain places 0 stars.
That's
Right.
real.
Like,
Like,
you
get
know, if
none
you leave
star.
0 stars,
You owe
can't-
me a star.
Right, hear me out. So if I offered, I don't know, a makeup consultation, give me 0 stars. Don't just leave it blank, because if you leave it blank, it doesn't count. But give me 0 stars. Would not recommend. Says we look like clowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, do all that. Oh my god. Steph said negative. And gotta get, of course, Mia, gotta get those steps in.
Mia, the battle is going to have plenty of steps already. You're
you
going to get there
survive.
winded before you can even swing your sword.
Right?
Ever said, or using an eagle to fly to Mordor? One doesn't simply walk into Mordor.
Well, that we have a valid excuse for why the
He would've
Eagles didn't
seen the
fly
ring
them into
coming.
Mordor, but we digress on that. Oh, Lori's caught up. Smack him.
All right. I think that was my top 3, if I'm not mistaken. I have some
Yes.
honorable mentions. Do I have any more? Oh, did I?
You have your 2 honorable mentions.
Okay, let's talk about my 2 honorable mentions, and I wanted you guys to talk definitely. So I'm going to kind of blow through this one quickly.
It's good that you're blowing through one of them because I picked it. So
Okay. Oh, you want to? If you want, I can save it.
no.
Okay.
No, you can.
Beetlejuice. I saw this as a kid. I liked it, but I didn't love it. Then I saw this as an adult, and I loved it. It's just fun. It's
It is.
fun. Now, I got to ask you guys, because I couldn't find it quickly. Did this come out on Halloween? Was it a Halloween movie?
Ooh.
Or did it just have Halloween-ish theme? You know?
I don't
It was
know.
Halloweenish themes because it was Halloween
Mhm.
in the movie, which
Right.
is why they were going in costumes with the hands and the pokey pokies.
Which is why I want to bring that up, because this, to me, being a Halloween movie is like, I don't know, Die Hard being a Christmas movie.
It was
It's not.
It is.
March 30th.
But
Okay.
Die Hard came out on Christmas, and it was Christmas.
But
in
it
the
had
movie.
nothing to do with Christmas at
It
all.
was Christmas in the movie. She was at
But it
the
had
Christmas
nothing to
party.
That was it. That was it.
No, it was
That's like say-
Christmas
Reginald.
party
Reginald.
in all the movies.
That's like saying I'm your friend just because I know your name. Okay.
No, you're my acquaintance if you know my name.
Thank you. I'm not your friend. Anyway, gonna move forward because we're gonna be here all day. Beetlejuice was a pretty good movie. I even loved the show. One of my favorite show was One of my favorite episodes was Indiana Bones. Hocus Pocus. We're gonna come back to that because that's underrated. I'm sorry, overrated if you ask me.
Oh, thank you. I was going to
Thank
say
you.
underrated.
Overrated. But anyway, I'm done. Thank you very much. But Beetlejuice, you're good.
Okay.
It's just a vibe. March 30th release date. Thank you. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Thank you, Josh. Hocus Pocus is dumb. Thank you, Josh.
Josh, we already had this.
Beetlejuice,
this
not
talk.
so fast, round boy. We're gonna have some laughs. Fair enough. It's not a Christmas movie. Even Bruce Willis said so. All right, I
Just
like
because
that.
the movie doesn't make him the
We're not-
expert on the damn movie.
We're not going to have this debate right now. We can
Die
have
Hard
this
is a
debate.
Christmas movie. Y'all, you know
Let's save this for December.
what? Okay, December's right around the
Okay.
corner.
Yes, it
Okay.
is. And we can have a whole episode around
Lori, you 5 foot nothing. Okay, you better, ma'am.
unconventional Christmas movies, and then we can vote on it.
There we go.
Listen. All right.
We can
All I'm
have
gonna-
that after our seasoned cracker episode.
Okay.
That's an inside joke.
We're gonna bring it out pretty soon. Reggie, please go first. Please. I
Yes,
don't think we're gonna make it to the end.
Okay,
We're gonna
Reggie,
make it.
It's on you. Go.
All right, here we go.
And
My name is Le Spooky Mayhem. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't go bleh.
Hi, baby. Oh, and you're back.
All right, so I went in a little bit different route with my Halloween movies. I went with the more lighthearted films that bring me joy when I watch them and make me think about spooky, not necessarily scary stuff, but spooky things and creepy things. And the first one on my list, of course, has to be Addams Family. Like, come on, it's the Addams Family. It's a great movie. I've talked about it before. I've talked about the different versions, and no matter which version it is, I enjoy the Addams Family. Granted, I have not seen the 2 animated ones. I will eventually, but I have not yet. But, bruh, this movie was spectacular.
Was released on Thanksgiving.
I understand that. But it's a movie that you can watch on Halloween because
Are we back on this?
No, this movie was so masterfully made that it is ageless. No matter when you watch this, it's going to be great.
It is. It's just, and Addams Family values, like, come on now. They made the baby look like his daddy. Like, come on now. He has a mustache.
Hubert.
Like so great.
And they named him Hubert.
So it's a Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah. Remember they did that whole play while she was at camp?
That's
right.
One.
Remember?
Yes. But that was Addams Family Values, though, wasn't it?
Well, that's where he's from. He's not in the first one.
This is true. Well, I'm saying Addams Family, the movies in general, give me a Halloween vibe. Granted, that's like their year-round vibe, but if you watch this on Halloween, it'll fit right in with any Halloween movie that you're watching, regardless. I'm like,
Plus, is there a better love story? Is there a better love story?
There is not.
Than Morticia
and anyone that says anything about Joker and Harley Quinn needs therapy.
For sure.
Respectfully.
There is no respect on that. They need therapy.
Listen, we don't know what their situation is. All I'm going to say.
Needs therapy.
I just want to point out that a certain lady's makeup was absolutely freaking flawless. Like,
for a clown, you mean?
I was about to say, you mean for a clown? Because what kind of makeup is she wearing? Oh yeah, white powder makeup. And on her lips.
Listen, they had some
red lips. And
they had some very famous female clowns. Is all I'm saying. Although I don't know, I don't think her theme song would be ten.
It would just be like discordant. It would be discordant.
Yeah, it would be slowed down. I would love to hear major key, like D major. That's what it would be.
I think as a clown, she's amazing. So you guys, go. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. Well, I can't give her 5, so 0 stars. Thank you, Mama.
So terrible. Yes. So terrible. All right, moving on. Next film.
Oh my God.
Of course.
I'm gonna sneak this in everywhere I can. It's gonna happen.
I like the show better. But
the show was amazing. I'm so sad it got canceled.
Me too. Especially with Lucy Lawless. Good. Oh, so good.
Oh, dude. It was so good. So good. But yes, Army of Darkness. This happens in the fall, but I'm not sure exactly in the fall when it happens because the timeline kind of sort of changes between all 3 movies when they're at the cabin. So
yeah, I really don't think they were paying too much attention to that.
I don't think they were. It's fall. There's leaves on the ground. There's none on the trees, and the trees are going to get very violent. Let's go. But yes, throw this on for Halloween. It'll fit right in. Like, bro, come on now. Look at this.
Oh, Josh out here letting the shots off. I slept through Army of Darkness. I can understand. I can understand.
I think you had to have been a certain age to appreciate this. If you tried to watch a contemporary audience, try to watch this now, they probably would not.
Well, the graphics alone, you know what I'm saying?
God, they would tear this apart.
Right. But you know what? You have to kind of look at it in the same way as like watching like Clash of the Titans or something.
Right.
You know, where you're watching for like the the campiness of it. And this is a
Exactly.
very campy film.
Okay,
It's
so
super
this
campy.
I need to. First of all, Army of Darkness is Mia's Valentine's Day movie. I don't know what goes on in that house.
Don't worry
Please
about
stop.
that.
Please stop sharing.
Ooh.
Don't worry
Please
about
stop sharing. Please stop sharing.
Hey, sir, don't worry about that. It's okay.
It's not me. But the graphics made the movie. I just want
Right.
a hot take real quick. Oh my god, I forgot the movie because I went on a tangent. The stupid one you were just talking about with
Clash of the Titans, Jason and
Clash
the
of the Titans.
Argonauts. Yeah.
So I think that's like a very movie. It's surrounded by Greek literature and
It's by
patriarchy.
today's standards. Back then when it was made, that was the hot stuff back when it
I'm
was
sure,
made.
like the best. You know when the best scene part of that movie is Medusa. Okay, that's the best part when she starts killing folks. You know what I'm saying?
You're not wrong on that. That is an epic scene. But
So
it's
I
just-
think that's the best. But then it was just like, I'd rather read the book. So, okay,
Odyssey is a thick ass book though, but it's a good book though.
it's a good book. I have it. Good. I'm good.
And so yeah, no, I'm just still going on about Army of Darkness and my enjoyment and love for it. That's all. It's just because I watched the first two back to back, probably when I should not have watched the first two back to back. And when I heard about this one, I wasn't old enough to see it in theaters. But once it came out on DVD, yeah, best believe. I'm sorry, on VHS. I first had it on VHS, then upgraded to DVD, and the next DVD, and then the Necronomicon DVD.
And then Laserdisc.
I did not have Laserdisc. That is the one format I did not own. Did own Beta, did own VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, HD DVD, mini disc, Sony. Don't know what happened with that, but yeah.
I love that they used like Arnold Schwarzenegger's body from the 80s.
We're not talking about that. Bruce Campbell was that cut back in the day.
Listen, that like Bruce Campbell is a voice actor if that's the body, like because that's not him.
Steve
Ooh,
said he never seen this movie. Okay, and also Steph would like to let you know, Reg, you are old. So
yes, I am. I'm a seasoned veteran of the geek game, and yes, I accept my status.
I'm right there with you, Reggie. We are not overripe.
No, we're not. We are perfectly right. Got the extra bit of sweetness and a little bit of tang.
Does your knee check engine light come on?
We're not talking about check engine light. Anyway, next movie. Of course, Beetlejuice.
Oh, not least. Okay.
Thank you, Kevin.
For all the reasons that made him listed, and it's just, even though it's not scary, it's a great spooky movie because you got these two people trying to haunt people out of their house. Like, yeah, we're dead. It's still our house. We just don't want you here because you're gonna fuck it up. So get out. Your daughter's cool, but y'all got to get out.
You know what I realized? And what did they have help from Jim Henson? Because I feel like they did.
They did.
Shout out to Jim Henson. This man was leagues bound years ahead of his time. Because now that I think about the makeup here, then costume was so ahead of its time. Like, think about when they were having the song and the plates and the hands, Mr. Mountain, whatever. So it was just like, it was so much ahead of his time. I didn't even realize. I'd forgotten about that, you know?
But it just goes to
show
show
they make their faces look like this.
Right.
They literally just stretch everything out. Granted, it was claymation, but it was dope at the time when they did it.
The overall tone of this film and the directing and the acting, like it's all of these parts that came together beautifully. This could have been a very different movie with just different music and different lighting.
Right.
Because there are some like out of context, very frightening things. If you woke up and that's standing at the edge of your bed, I don't care if it's the most honkiest honky that ever lived. I'm going to be scared shitless.
Facts.
Bruh.
But the fact that they made these terrifying like looks and things happen, and yet it feels like a comedy and like family friendly and bright and like whimsical almost is like a testament to everybody that was involved in this film.
Like, bro, this is like one of the best movies, funniest movies about death that you can watch. Because that's all this movie is about, is death and art and the art of death.
Yep.
And they're like, we're going to make it funny.
this is where the term Dusty came from, because you look at Beetlejuice, there's not a scene where he doesn't look it. Okay.
This
Okay.
is true.
Moldy.
The thing is
I
the
mean,
scariest.
that is mold on him, so the man dusted.
I think you have a good point. So shout out to Nerds of the Rounds, like we said. Be sure to give these guys a shout out. They're always cool. They're always stopping by. Big shout out to Steph. I'm about to say Steph. Omar, Tone, Law, Val. These guys are dope. Pong. The Thing. I love The Thing. I don't think it's a great Halloween movie, but I think it's a scary movie. And I think they did it justice with the recent sequel thing. That's really prequel. It's a dope concept, but I don't think it's scary-ish. It's not more so psychological for me personally. Great selection nonetheless. I'm gonna go answer these comments. Reggie, please continue.
Oh, that was my 3 movies.
Rocky. Okay. So
for your underrated.
Who's your
Are we doing
underrated? Yeah.
underrated right now as well?
Yeah, just one underrated.
Yeah, we were just
okay.
holding the villain. You're underrated.
Oh, okay. All right. So my underrated is Idle Hands. If
Oh,
you've
I
not
love
seen this
that movie.
Just imagine
Oh, so
if-
good.
if
Kevin, you're
Army of
correct.
Darkness and an Evil Dead were even more of a comedy with actual teenagers and not 20-somethings that look like
That's
they're 30-somethings
Yeah.
pretending to be 20-somethings and teenagers. This is like literally his hand gets possessed by the devil and kills both of his best friends.
Right, because it's from that quote, idle hands are the devil's plaything.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it is clever. It's
Mhm.
funny. It's sweet. Like I cried at one point. It was a good movie. Idle Hands. Do you have a poster or anything? Do you have any pictures from it?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot I
that's
stopped
okay.
sharing. I hit the
There it
wrong
is.
button.
Great movie. Oh, I forgot that was Jessica Alba.
Right? I was going
I
back and I'm like,
forgot.
I was like, wait, who's the main girl? I'm like, is that Jessica Alba?
I remember her. I didn't realize it was her.
Right?
Thank you for bringing this. I forgot all about this movie. Now I got to go watch it. Great film.
I think so. Because when I first watched it, I was just like, what? What? And I'm like, oh, okay. And the fact that the hand just kept killing people, and the only people that it made into zombies were his best friends, and everyone else just died.
And I love that his best, like the comedy, the comic relief, and even just like the helping him hold on to his humanity while all this was going on. Is it Devon Sawa? Who's the boy?
Yeah, I think it's Devon Sawa.
Is it Devon Sawa? Okay. Great film. Great pick, Reggie. That's my favorite pick of the night. This movie right here, because I had forgotten all about it and I friggin' love this movie. Excellent, excellent choices.
Thank you.
So I'm going to start mine unless there is something that anyone would like to say at this time. We can count this as intermission.
My daughter's listening to Ghostbusters, and I don't know how we got there. You guys
Don't
hear
question, just appreciate.
Let's go to the
I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna check on her. Baby, are you fighting Slimer?
You know, like the way you say leave Slimer alone, I can see that her being the one that's harassing the ghost and not vice versa.
Yes. Slimer would give her back. I love the devil. The Devil Advocate was definitely a good one. Rumor is that the hand was possessed, the possessed hand from the Army of Darkness.
Oh, that's a good rumor.
Ooh.
I like
that's
that.
something worth exploring a little bit.
There's evil afoot, and I gotta kick its arse. Fair enough. All right. Go ahead, Kat.
Okay, so for my 3, I picked 2 that are linked to trauma and one that I just love, and I don't care what anyone thinks.
All right, everybody. Are
you using this to express your trauma from childhood?
Yes.
Is that what this show is? Is this show therapy? Is that what we are?
No, because I'm never going to be over this, and I'm going to put like I'm going to like I do not watch horror films. I don't watch them because they stay with me a lot longer than I think they should normally. Like I have a very vivid imagination and I am very self-sabotaging. I will freak myself out and then get mad that I am freaked out. So I avoid it. But I do think it's because I watched movies that I should not have been watching at too young of an age with such an overactive imagination. So
Yep.
we're going to get into these right now. So I don't remember
Right,
what
therapy
order I
time.
sent them, but here we go. Shut up. I had a My Buddy doll.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
And I watched this in a breezeway. And for anyone that doesn't know what a breezeway is, it is a room that connects the main house to the garage, and it's completely glass. Like it's all windows. I mean, it's got a regular roof, but it's kind of like, I don't know what some people call it, like a 3-season porch or whatever. But this, they called it a breezeway because it was not attached to the house. It was in between the house and the garage. You know what I mean? But they made it into like a little living room. So it's pitch black. We're watching this movie and there's all these reflective mirrors. I don't know who's out there looking. And that's a lot of like the jump scary kind of stuff. I was at a very impressionable age and I had a My Buddy doll. To this day, if you dress up your kid as Chucky and bring him trick-or-treating to my house, do not get upset if I punt it into the next county because it will be on site beyond reason. There is no brain attached to me at that point.
You made my light fall. You made my light fall. And as a kid, trick or it's on site.
No, it's on site. You are
Mommy,
getting-
help!
Good luck finding your kid because it's gonna be like to the moon. No,
She,
no.
Cat said, "Fuck them kids." Dressed as Chucky.
No,
Cat said,
not fuck them kids. Fuck that kid in particular, and fuck you for bringing your kid to my house dressed like
Oh my
that.
god!
There is
Oh.
no godly reason for you to be dressing your toddler like that. I don't care.
Four Letter Nerd does not endorse kicking or hitting kids of any sort, especially
Yes.
dressed. In
Yes, Kevin,
Halloween.
it is yeet or be yeeted, and I will be doing the yeeting.
So don't bring a My
man.
Buddy doll to Colorado Springs Comic Con and hide it behind your desk.
I'm not getting within 8 miles of that TV show. No. No.
Kids like the baby from South Park.
Hey, do your impression of so and so's
Listen,
career. No,
I
look
was
at the
afraid.
baby.
I was afraid to sleep with my buddy doll. I was afraid to leave my buddy doll in my room. I was afraid to throw my buddy doll away. I did not know what the fuck to do. My mom had to sleep in my room with me for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And then it wasn't even like I was over it. She was over it. She was like, "You're on your own." If he was going to get you, he would have gotten you by now. Bye. Like, nope.
Mom's a real one.
She
It's
was.
like, yo, so
She
if he
was.
was gonna get you, he would have got you. So you good, right?
Yeah. She was
No,
like,
I'm
if he was
not.
going to get you, he
Good.
would have gotten you by now. And I'm like, that's not the comfort that you think it is.
But that's the comfort you got.
Nope. So
Okay.
anyway, that's trauma number 1.
Are you ready for trauma
Turn
number
out
2?
into that means case. Those damn wheelers. Fair enough. Fair enough.
True.
Wheelers were creepy.
Sebastian,
You are dead
you're
wrong for
horrible.
that. You are dead wrong for that. Whatever karma comes your way,
100%.
you deserve it.
Cabbage Patch dolls are evil. 100%.
Okay, so moving on before this creeps me out even more. Let's go.
Kill it like the rest.
All right,
Okay.
this movie came out in 1978. I was born in 1978, so no, I did not watch this as an infant, but I watched this as a second grader. And even to this day,
Why were you watching this at 8 years old?
it was on TV.
Dad, son, you don't remember WB Friday Night Movie? They knew what they were doing.
There was no WB when we were 8.
I know,
To-
but I'm just letting you know they knew what they were
To
doing.
this day, if I'm in a pitch black room, I will start to see a white face forming in a corner or a closet. Or I actually enjoy this movie, and I have watched the first 2 several times over.
That's why she's.
He's
so
actually
focused.
he's actually trying to recruit her for Starfleet.
Car warranty and Starfleet.
For
all in one.
Starfleet Academy. But this very impressionable, especially in a house that had lots of dark spots. We didn't have a lot of windows in the house that I grew up in, and also we were like on the last house on a dead end, and we had a Christmas tree farm right on the other side of our property. So a lot of trees, a lot of dark, just a lot of like horror movie type stuff where I grew up. So therefore, yeah, this is another one. My bedroom had like those blinds, the vertical blinds.
Mhm.
Yeah, the vertical blind. And then they would be open
That's
at a
true
slant.
story.
and then it would be giving just enough light that I'm like, is that a face? So yeah. No. Every time I hear Jamie Kennedy talking about Jamaica, I don't know, Kevin.
You might be. You might be, but we won't judge you.
But this is
Get him off
Halloween.
the show.
It came out on Halloween, and to this day, I really sincerely feel that this is one of the best slasher films to ever come out. Period.
Right.
What are you saying?
That sounded like a swear word.
Wait, you learned that from her. She learned it from her mom, 100%. You heard it first, folks. It's from her mommy.
Stop throwing people under the bus that can't defend themselves.
Too late.
And then third, this is not wrapped in trauma. This is one of my all-time favorite Halloween movies. I do not care.
Wolfman has nards?
He does.
Wolfman
He does have nards. I unashamedly, unabashedly love this freaking movie. I do not. I will be there. I have no notes for the director or the actors. Everything was perfection.
Well,
No, I will not be taking questions at this time. This is this is like the Goonies with monsters, and it's the best. Scream did. Yeah, for sure it did.
Actually,
It's
no,
a great
it's not.
Josh, I can't co-sign that.
I just want to say,
going
were there
on?
any clowns here in this film? Were there
No,
any?
it's classic movie monsters.
Okay. I didn't watch this
Okay,
one.
so you have Frankenstein, you have the Mummy, you have Dracula, you have a werewolf, and you have Creature from the Lagoon.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, I didn't watch this one. I gotta watch this.
And this is I think it was like mid to late 80s. It wasn't 90s yet, I don't think.
Late 80s.
I think I was like maybe 12, 13 when this came out.
That would
And
be the 90s then.
well,
Fair.
maybe I was younger. Hold on. We're gonna just take a quick Google break.
Ladies and gentlemen, please hold while we look up the information so we can bring to you. We appreciate you waiting.
Okay, it was released August 14th, 1987. So I was 9. Wait. Yes, I can math. I was 9 years old when this movie came out.
She can math.
I can math.
Let's get
Woohoo!
mad. Yay, words.
You know, Josh made a comment saying Friday the 13th, Halloween, and Freddy, those 3 movies he ends up falling asleep to. I have to reiterate that I was very young when I watched this movie.
Yeah.
If I were to have watched it at an older age, I probably would have thought it was, I don't want to use the word corny because I don't think that it's corny, but I wouldn't have found it as frightening or as impactful as I did as a 7-year-old. But Monster Squad hit at right the time, you know, like when you're 9, 10, somewhere in that preteen age, and you want to be independent and you want to be part of something great, and you have those fantasies of like being like a superhuman or you know, just a badass in general. And the kid that they look up to, rides a BMX bike, and they think he's the coolest.
Because it's the late 80s. That was the thing. Skateboarding wasn't the thing. Rollerblades were still that weird California skating that they did. It was all about BMX at that time.
Skating rink?
One of the best movies of all time, and I stand by that.
Fair enough.
And then for what I think is an underrated film, it gets a lot of hate, and I'm sorry for that because I enjoyed the hell out of it.
No, you won. Everybody, good night. The show is done. She won. No. This has been the best acting. What's his name?
Billy Zane.
Billy Zane has ever done in his life. Shout out to Jada. I'm Toxic Forever Smith. Also some great acting, even though she didn't really have so many lines. This was one of the best. This movie is what brought Tales from the Crypt into the bigger screen, onto TV more so. This movie particularly, if they ever make a Demon Knight 2, take my money now. You're not going to college because I'm paying for this production. I'm sorry, baby. We'll get it back.
Hey, give her a starring role. You're set.
I got you. Yo, sorry. I'm sorry.
I think Mayhem is excited about this movie.
I forgot about this movie. I'm sorry.
10 out of 10 for sure. Like, this is how I was with Idle Hands. That's how excited I was. This movie was so freaking amazing. And I don't want to give spoilers, even though this movie came out like 20 years ago. But the way that it ends was so smart and unexpected. And I
I don't
have to
remember this
say,
one.
and I,
You don't remember how it ended?
personal feelings aside, because I'm not going to get into any of that. Jada Pinkett Smith or whatever she was going in. I don't know if she was Jada Pinkett Smith at that time.
Fair
Jada
enough.
Pinkett, whatever. Jada
Mhm.
was freaking amazing in this
Yep.
film.
Yep.
The
Yep.
best I have ever seen her. Ever.
I think I'd have to look this up. There were only 2 great horror films, and it was Demon Knight around this time, and I think what came out, oh my god, I'm gonna mess this up. The one with Quentin Tarantino, the one he directed, with the
From Dusk Till
vampires,
Dawn.
Dust Till Dawn. There you go, and that even got a series too. Oh my god, Demon Knight is such a classic. I'm gonna have to watch this. If you watch this show and you haven't seen Demon Knight, watch it. Watch it, because I thought for sure they were gonna do a part 2, and I was waiting to see what the others were gonna. Well, if you know, the other demons were. Oh my god,
This came out January 13th, 1995.
19. Oh, okay.
I can,
Um,
like, I can't get into all of them.
Yeah, Jada Paxman was also on the screen too. Listen, none of our business right now.
Right.
Um,
Right. We're talking about Demon Knight, and she was phenomenal in that film.
She's a demon, I guess. Allegedly.
No, but like I said, the way that this film ended, or like the climax, a lot of times films build up to a climax, and it just does not live up to what everything was building to. And in this case, it did. Like, it for sure did, because I can't speak for anyone else that saw this movie, but I didn't see it coming. And
Yeah,
to
same.
this day, I freaking love that scene. I love how it culminated. So again, even though it is, like I said, from 1995, so we're like almost 30 years ago. No spoilers here. Because if you haven't seen it, I would love for you to appreciate it as it is.
I don't remember this one. I remember watching.
You don't remember this one
from the Crypt movies?
God.
I don't think
No,
I
you
remember this
watch
one.
it. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you 2 great scenes. Number 1 is they have I'm gonna say it's a cross, but it's in the shape of like a gourd, whatever.
Mhm.
When the villain gets it and he wipes the blood away to walk across the barrier, when that shit when everybody starts getting got, it's amazing. I'm not gonna say anything else. It's how the dominoes fall, and then the ending scene, which I know she's talking about, where there's a dance scene in a tub. Oh my god, this movie's amazing. We're not gonna talk about it, Reggie. Just watch it. If you need a hood release link, I got you. If not, just
I'll
watch
have to
it.
go
Yes.
watch it.
I highly recommend people splurge the $1.99 that this probably rents for, and I don't know for sure. I'm just saying. It's
The best
on
acting Billy Zane has ever done in his life, ever.
it's
I've
on
never. Mhm.
Peacock TV,
Mhm.
and you can rent it on YouTube or Google Play for $3, or Apple TV or Redbox for $3.99. So it's $3.99 if you want to rent it. I promise you, it's worth the $4. And if it isn't, Mayhem will pay you back.
Yes,
Okay,
I
sweet.
will. Bitcoin.
Okay, so do you think we have time to go through our villains?
Yeah, we got 10.
Yes.
We got 10 minutes.
All right,
we'll
do we
start
want
with
to
you 'cause
circle
I'm
back?
already on you. No,
We
we'll
do
start
have a
with-
question,
I'm
though.
already on your pick, so I'm just going to go with you.
All right.
Before we go,
Yeah.
Nerds Around wants to ask, what's the best horror show theme intro? He said his pick was Tales from the Dark Side.
I mean, how many horror TV shows are there?
A lot.
Twilight Zone,
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt. Okay, and then we're gonna stop there. So we're gonna say for those 2. All right, cool. We answered that question. Next, we got there's Goosebumps. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
People are probably going to pick Are You Afraid of the Dark? Is that doom, 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 bloop, bloop, bloop. Like that gets people going. I don't know what it is, but that one gets people going.
You think that could be like a club song? Somebody could probably take that.
Actually, somebody did a remix and made it a club song.
Great. You know what's what's a great horror intro? Harry Potter from like 4 on. Because that's when the death started happening. You go into Hogwarts, it wasn't really a great play. You know what I'm saying? Doom, doom,
No.
doom, doom, doom,
Since we're like on this like little tangent, the scene where in the Deathly Hallows Part 2, where Professor McGonagall animates all of the statues in all of the knights in the castle, whoever did that score, I well up with tears every single time because the music is so powerful.
Fair enough.
Music,
I think it's Danny Elfman.
maybe, probably, I don't know.
Danny
But
Elfman.
whoever
Danny
it was,
We invite
whoever
you
it
to the show.
was, they kicked ass. Okay, so now we are going to our biggest horror villains of all time. This one, we're back to trauma, guys. This
I
is a
mean,
movie.
I think this
All right.
movie traumatized everyone that watched it.
For my sister's 13th birthday party, she had, and her birthday was Friday the 13th because her birthday is March 13th.
Ooh.
She had a bunch of her friends over and they watched horror movies. I was not allowed to be with them, right? I had to
You
be
snuck
upstairs
in,
with my-
didn't you?
No, I did not.
Oh.
But they were like 3 or 4 movies in, and then she let me come down to watch the movie with them, and it was Candyman. Now,
Yes,
Candyman.
yes. I've been talking about this for the longest. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go
So
ahead.
Candyman scared the shit out of me, of course, because it was a very frightening movie for me as an 11-year-old to watch. But what did it for me was my sister locked herself in the bathroom and started saying Candyman.
Oh,
no,
no.
she's still alive. I still haven't said that damn name at all.
I was inconsolable. I was trying to break the bathroom door down and I was screaming, crying.
Your sister,
And yeah,
respectfully, she
evil,
deserves
right?
She
Evil.
deserves a drop kick to the face. I'm just saying.
And that has never escaped me. Like this, he was so smooth and so casually evil that I think that's what scared me more than anything else.
Steph, we are a family channel. If you type that in one more time, I will
Block her.
block you. Okay, I will block you out of respect. Okay,
Respectfully.
respectfully. No, I'm on your wave, Kat. I saw this movie when I was around 9. Back when we used to rent VHSs. My dad was like, I got this great movie. He got 1 and 2. He's like, you can watch it, but it's going to be scary. He did the child psychology thing. I was like, I want to watch it with my dad. Yeah, I'm not scared. Then we watched all 2 movies. It's like 7 o'clock. It's late. He's like, I got to get the third one. You want to stay here? No, I don't want to stay here in the dark. No. I was scared. I watched the third one. I was scared for about 3 weeks. Okay.
Mhm.
I'd wake up in the middle of the night. Daddy! Jump in his bed. This man, what's his name? Is it Sweeney Todd? What am I
No,
thinking?
God, no.
I forgot his name. He's smart because one, he made like $27,000 for every bee that stung him on set because they had to use actual real live bees.
Are you serious?
Yes.
He made money on
Those
that.
bees
I
came
had
out
no
of his mouth.
idea.
Yep. So
They
he realized
came out of his mouth.
he was like, I forgot
Tony
why, but
Todd is his name.
Tony, there you go. So Mr. Todd was smart. He was like, if I'm gonna get stung by these motherfucking bees, I'm gonna get paid for it. An extra $27,000 in the 90s. That's like a lot of 20s for the week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
He got paid. And he has been the face of Candyman no matter what. I saw the Jordan Peele one. I loved how they brought it together. If you haven't watched it, don't watch it to be scared, but watch it as to wrap up. It's pretty dope. And it's pretty meaningful if you watch it. Thank
And the history of him as a character and how he became the Candyman always stuck with me too. Like the story itself was very impactful and powerful, but the way that he was just so smooth with it, I think is what
Yes.
frightened me more like than the yelly screaming jump scare kind of stuff. It was just
I mean, it was jump
His
scare, and
presence.
then it was
There was-
blood,
It was his presence.
graphic
Like,
blood.
yeah, but
Okay.
it was just like, do you remember that's in side note, I watched the whole movie waiting for Vanessa Williams to show up before I realized there are 2 Vanessa Williams in existence. And it wasn't
Fair enough.
because
Like,
I saw,
where is this
Vanessa
from?
Williams is in this. I love her. No, not that the other Vanessa Williams wasn't immensely talented in this film. She was. She stole the show. But that scene when she's talking to the doctor and all of a sudden he's behind him
Yeah.
and just coming up. He did not have to do the things that a lot of people do in horror films to be amazingly intimidatingly scary. So yeah, this to me, best villain of all time, best horror villain of all time.
I agree with you. This is the only thing I'm afraid of. I won't say his name. I don't care
I
who
won't.
said it. That's
I
y'all.
won't.
That's
Right?
y'all.
Yep.
You know what? If a
Put
kid
it this
comes
way.
to my door with the Candyman outfit for Halloween. He getting punted along with Chucky. Go ahead.
Look, I don't know a single young black person or black person my age that is bold enough to go into a dark bathroom and say this man's name out loud.
Reggie, what's one of our principles? Keep my name out your mouth. This is it. Keep my name out your mouth.
I don't know a single black kid that will willingly say his name 3
Yes, he
times.
did put Undertaker. Yes.
Period.
No.
Well-lit bathroom with the door open, bathroom with 5 other people.
You know what
in
the
it.
crazy thing
Ain't
is?
nobody saying that name.
My mind used to work so far.
Yep, your mic is messing up.
Your mic is out.
You moved it. Wiggle it. Just a
little bit.
For you young folks, don't go look that up.
And then he was in The Crow, and he was in a bunch of other stuff. Dang.
He was like a jacked man. He was pretty intimidating, but he was pretty. Yes. The crazy thing is I thought ahead. So like if you said it once in front of a mirror, does that count for all time? Like, is there like
no,
right?
I think there's a window. You have to say it 3 times in a row quickly. So if you say it and then you say other things afterwards, then it negates.
I don't want to test that
say
theory.
it 3 times in a row.
I said it once. I can never say it again in my life. I can never. I'm sorry, no.
What,
okay,
you don't want him to reach through your medicine cabinet and grab you? You don't want that to happen?
And let me tell you, this was certainly a lesson in white women like investigating things. Like, girl, get out. Like, at what point?
Why are you there? Leave.
At what point are you like, maybe I should stop researching this? Like, when she kicked out the mirror and climbed into that other apartment.
Oh
like,
my
the
God.
medicine, like,
yes, I agree with you. Yes.
Is you dumb or is you stupid? Because you're both actually.
That's not enough money. That's not enough money.
No, absolutely not. And the man is 68 years old. And I don't know if Altered Reality's ever had him at one of their shows, but if they do have him at one of their shows, like he might have already been on one. I don't know. But if they were to bring him onto one,
I want him there. I just don't want to be there.
No, I'm not gonna be. I'm not.
Like, what if he comes and he comes with a mirror? What if he's like with a mirror and he's like, "Go ahead, say it." Nah, fuck that. I'm out.
No.
Fuck that.
No, I feel like just hearing his voice immediately will be like, "Nope, I'm out."
Right.
Like, I'm out. Respectfully, bye.
You know what will happen? Because we'll be at a con, like in a different world. We'll be at a con and a bunch of group of kids like, this is not real. We'll say it. Then all of a sudden the doors are all locked. The lights go out. Mike is already left the building. Okay.
I'm already on the highway.
I gotta think of me first. No, screw that.
Yes, Josh. He played Kern, Worf's brother in The Next Generation. Oh, great! And I knew it was him right away. I knew it was him right away.
Get that face.
Nope.
Is that the Candyman as a Klingon? That's terrible.
My name is Worf.
Like
Candyman, right?
Even with the Klingon makeup, I knew it was him. But once he started talking, I was like,
Jess? Who is this Jess?
That's my wife, Jess.
Oh.
She's with Steven right now, but that's just temporary.
Okay. Fair enough. This is none of my business. We're gonna move on. I think Reggie.
I love you, Jess.
All right, I can go.
See you next week. All right, so who wants to do their villain?
I will go next. I was elected
by
Great Leader Mayhem.
I thought you were next. I thought we were going back.
No, it's fine. Oh, this is great. So even though it's a horror movie, but also not a horror movie, more so a psychological horror movie.
I'll take
but
it.
It's still a horror movie, and he's still the villain. And anytime I can bring this movie and this villain up, I'm gonna. Cause, bruh.
So no. I'm with you. No. I'm with you. You got okay. I'm gonna call it now. Tonight's episode has been killed by either Kat or Reggie. Please vote in the comments. I lost. They all got 10s right now, and I don't give out 10s easily. This mofo,
Right?
this motherfucker, this
Right?
move in Split was amazing. James McAvoy was
So
amazing. And then he took it over into Glass. Now, I understand some people were upset how the fight went down. I was more like, yo, the organization that's doing this is what we need to worry about. But the
Right?
fact that he acted, and I'm pretty sure they cut some characters and personalities. I say check up on this man to make sure he doesn't, God forbid, do anything else. But
No,
like
he's okay. He's okay. Xavier calms down all the other voices.
I hate you, Legion. Anyway, he was amazing. He was amazing in Split.
Dude.
I agree with this. He is a great villain. Go ahead.
When he was this one, the way he just sat in that girl's car and just sat there and just stared, and they're just like, what? The fact that they didn't get out the car, yeah, y'all should have got out the car when a random dude just sat in your car. Then he put on the mask and stared at him. They stayed in the car. So he's got that presence to where you don't fear him until it's too late.
So it's Josh, it started off with one movie which became a trilogy. It was from Unbreakable, where Bruce Willis found out he was a superhero. I forgot how he forgot. I think he made himself forget, or an accident happened. He forgot he was a superhero. His nemesis ended up coming at the end, Mr. Glass. So somebody who can't be hurt versus somebody who can easily break. Like Mr. Glass, like Glass. And then this was like the middle guy, not the villain of the week, but the villain of the series, who literally had multiple personality disorder. I believe that's what it's called. Dissociative identity disorder. Now it's called dissociative identity disorder. And his original name, I think, was Kevin Wendell Crumb.
Yes.
And one of his personalities was a beast that you cannot kill, like impenetrable to bullets in his human form. It was crazy. You need to, I would tell you watch Unbreakable just to kind of get the history, but you could just watch Split, and that's all you need. That's all you need. It's a trilogy. I think I don't think M. Night ever really planned to finish this. Trilogy. Yeah, I don't think he really planned it.
I think he threw that Easter egg at the end of this just because. And he wants to see if it was, he threw it at the wall to see if it was going to stick. Did you break your mic again?
He's nodding.
Anyway.
I'm sorry, I didn't change my wire. Yes, it was a trilogy. I don't think it started off as one. He threw it. They gave him some more money years later. He did Split. Amazing. Split is arguably the best movie out of the whole 3 series. The third one is a close second, I think, to me personally, because of what it sets up. I know you said it sounds interesting. Definitely check it out. I think it's worth your time.
It is. It is super worth anyone's time.
And that is, I want to say, like the vast majority of the credit to that goes to that man right there.
Yeah, it is all James McAvoy. Period. If you like him as Magneto or as Charles Xavier, he blows Xavier out of the water with this role.
Kills it. He kills it. Has he won an award? He needs to. He kills it.
That's a great question. I don't know.
I was saying him, and I think he's honestly the most talented, and excuse my French, white man besides Leonardo DiCaprio. I think he's close to Leo, if you ask me. You ask me, it's because the amount of personalities that he can sell. There may be others. I might be wrong, but I think
the only person I would lump in with those two is Gary Oldman, because that man has played some characters.
Okay. What's the guy that played Bane? Brady.
Tom Brady.
Is it Tom Brady? No, that's not. That's
Tom Brady. He plays Venom. Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy. There you go. I said Brady. Tom Hardy. I'd give him top 5 as well. I gotta watch these things. Right. Shoot, we're running out of time. Let's wrap this up. Let me say my last one, and this is where.
Well, you didn't go over your overrated one either. So
that's Hocus Pocus. Hocus is overrated.
And he just left it at that. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
And we throw in Haunted Mansion if you want to, depending on which edition. I'll let you choose. And so, Us, Jordan Peele.
She's the villain. Hold on.
Go to the next one. To the next one. So I'm so glad you said that. On the left is Adelaide Wilson. I'm just gonna say Adelaide. That's her name, right?
Right.
And on the right, you know what her actual name is? Is Red. So Red is the villain because
I don't think Red is the villain. I don't think
Why
this
is Red
has
villain?
a film.
Huh?
I don't think this film has a villain. I think we have two women, mirror of each other, fighting for their own survival. Red was supposed to be a clone that was like being harvested for whatever reason, and she escaped that. And she did what she had to do to survive. She was a kid, when this happened.
And then
And
when they
then
killed
the other girl, what was her name? I forgot.
Adelaide. Adelaide.
Adelaide
Yeah.
is the same thing. She had her life stolen from her from another child, and now she was trying to reclaim her life. I don't think either one of these women are villains.
They're both victims, if you want to put it like that.
Yeah.
However, Red, who's in the far right, Red is the villain because she was smart enough to know that she was a clone and wanted to be up top, but she didn't do anything about it, especially throughout the years, to kind of be like, okay, maybe I messed up. We can live together. We can both be together, kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? She trapped Adelaide down in the facility or whatever they had. I forgot what it is. She left her there and trapped her and made it so that way she couldn't escape. You understand? So that's villainous. That's villainous.
like,
and she knew about it for years to come. Didn't tell the family or nothing.
But here's the thing too.
And
like
killed
I said,
Red.
she was going for her. She was trying to survive. She was trying to
hear you.
survive and get out of like this cage and factory thing.
Yeah.
At her age, when this went down, she's not fully developed as a person. And I don't know that she had the capability to understand the long-term ramifications of what she did. But now she's in this life and she has to continue this lie. And after 10, 20 years in her getting married in life, she probably pushed that so far back in her mind that it wasn't something that she thought about like that. Do you know what I mean? Like the kind of way that you kind of reconcile some kind of trauma, because this is trauma for both of them. But I don't know that I would call her a villain. I think that she's a person that did something for her own survival at the expense of someone else and then had to live in it and live with it and thought that she was going to be okay and probably put in the back of her mind to try to forget it or whatever. And then that past came to come. Well, yeah, but again,
I agree.
she was a kid.
So let me just say this, because I think we can go back and forth, and I really do want to end the show before we go back and forth. And it's nothing. No. I think you bring up valid points. I think that was Jordan Peele's intention for us to talk about who the real villain is. Because now, in a sense, we're talking about Red and Adelaide, forgetting that the government is what put them in that position in the first place. Right. So really, the government in that world.
Right.
Really.
I was going to say, like, who
just
really
brought
is
to
the
mind
villain?
the metaphor. Crabs in a pot. They're always fighting to get on top so they can get out of the hot water. And the one that gets on top, everyone sees that one as the villain. But is it the villain or is it the person that put them in?
I mean, they did some villainous shit. So hear me out. First of all, the name of the movie is Us. It's by Jordan Peele. It's amazing. Please go watch it if you haven't. It's Get Out, Us, and Nope.
Nope.
Right. So Us honestly kind of puts you like, first of all, it's a mystery. And we kind of spoiled it at the end, but I figured it out halfway through the movie. And it was still kind of amazing. Here's hoping that you still enjoy the movie as much as I did. Nonetheless, even though I feel, Kat feels differently, that's fine. I feel that Adelaide was a victim because Red is the villain who kidnaps her as a young child and leaves her down there. Doesn't go back, doesn't go to help her, doesn't say I'll come back or whatever throughout her, and assumes her life. Maybe she's not developed enough to make a rational decision, but she knew she wanted to get out and leave you behind. So, there's she still had a choice to do other things. Cat baby, leave me alone. Give me 1 second. I'll be right with you. Okay.
He's not talking to me this time.
Yeah. So I think this is one of the great villain roles because obviously government is the villain, but if you were to decide between the two, it's worth a conversation. This movie was amazing. It was amazing to me. I still love this movie. I love Get Out. Nope. I had to watch again. I still love. I think this is worth your time. Unfortunately, we have to wrap this show up. So if you have any top villains of the Halloween era or just horror, write them quickly down in the comments so we can bring them up. And we're going to start wrapping this show up with Kat. Go. Love you, Kat.
Well, thanks. Well, I want to thank everyone that joined us and participated in the podcast today. We cannot do this without you, and we are so very, very appreciative. I hope that you guys have a safe and fun Halloween. Check out some of the films and comment some of your favorite films that you think that we should take a look at, and any ideas that you may have for future shows. We're certainly open to it. Thank you, Reggie and Mayhem, for telling me I was the host about 30 seconds before we went on.
Hey.
And also
Don't
being
forget.
real ones every week as guests of the show.
Yes, I'm a guest. He's a sidekick, and I hate clowns. Go ahead.
So from this clown to all of you, have a great night. And thank you for joining the 4-letter nerd, a Hyro Geek X Unlimited presentation. Good night, y'all. Do the awkward ending now. Or not.